For the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in troubleに出されているので、私たちはそれら忘れて分析します。It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting over shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.
And a little bit of Lucy for all of you, because we did some memberships, because apparently I can give away 10 free memberships or a month. So we gave 5 away this week, and they went to Weasel, Guy James, Comics Dad, Punk Waddle, and Dom H. Unfortunately, it went to a Yankee fan, so we might have to get rid of Dom, but we'll deal with it.
One of your co-hosts here is a Yankees fan, so deal with it.
No. I'm going to have to quit life. I mean, quit streaming.
I was about to say, I don't know. You're upset and you're self-deleting because, yes.
You like the Yankees? Yeah. No, but in all honesty, Yankee fans aren't that bad if I like them, So that's all that matters. Otherwise, Yankee fans are awful. All right, so
it could be worse. You could be in Illinois like me and constantly hear about the Cubs Sox debate.
Damn Cubbies.
Well, which of our teams sucks the worst?
I mean, they've both won a World Series, I believe, in the last 20 years, haven't they?
I don't know about the Sox. I know the Cubs have.
Because the White Sox won one.
Maybe, who knows? I don't follow the White Sox. And there was like a 4-year span where I didn't watch any baseball because I decided to do track rather than baseball, and the football team and the baseball team would fight over girls. So I refused to watch baseball because I hated the baseball players at my school. So I didn't watch baseball for 4 years. And if it happened, it probably happened during that 4 years.
So basically you were jealous that they were getting all the bitches.
No, we got bitches too. It's just fuck them. Who cares? Not important. Okay, so so we got anime to talk about. We have Crimson Law and Little Chad here, my co-hosts. So go ahead and say hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
I am resentful towards everyone with a girlfriend or a significant other because Valentine's Day is coming up and I am single.
There you go. And if we need to, we can buy him a escort. There you go. So, all super chats today go towards getting Crimson an escort.
You're going to find some random crack whore on the street and send her to my place, huh?
Exactly. So,
sorry, I've already demonetized your stream. Whoopsie.
That's okay. So we got anime to talk about. I started watching like an older one called like Golden something with a K. And,
Golden Boy?
No, it's Golden something with a K. Yeah, maybe that's it.
That's the only one I could think of. That's Golden K, Golden Kamui.
And it's like they're not actually Japanese, I don't think. Like the guy isn't actually Japanese.
They're in like Siberia or something, right?
They're in somewhere like they were fighting Russians.
You're going to come across a scene that's going to make you really uncomfortable if you continue that series.
Oh, I bet. There's already like literally the dude gets shot and then jumps over, gouges some guy's eye out, stabs like 12 other dudes with like a bayonet. Like then he fights a bear, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? This is insane." And I'm only 2 episodes in, and I'm already uncomfortable with some of the shit that's going on in this. But I don't know.
I'm talking about you have a problem with wieners. Well, there's a scene from Golden Kamuy. At least I think it's Golden Kamuy that gets passed around. That's just like an absolute what the fuck moment.
Oh yeah, they're already like skinning dudes too. It's fucking crazy. This shit is I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue it, but the first 2 episodes were like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? This is just fucking crazy shit. But yeah, I started watching that just because I had nothing to do. Because basically Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I don't really think there are Tuesday and Wednesdays. There's nothing really to watch for me that I still like. All the good stuff is Thursday to Monday, and then there's like I'll watch it if there's something to watch,
You're sleeping on peak, which is Sunday morning when you get to have the wombo combo of princess lessons followed by 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really.
So between Thursday and Monday, is Sunday one of those days?
I'm just saying Sunday is peak day. You gotta,
hey.
Speaking of 100 girlfriends,
I want you to put some respect in your mouth for the
Hey.
Sunday morning content that drops.
Hey, you know what?
Because my God, the 100 Girlfriends keeps topping itself every week. Crimson knows because he saw this past Sunday.
It's even better because I've read the manga, and I will just say this: there are characters in the background that you think don't matter, but they are totally relevant to later parts of the story.
Oh, come on! When she was using the squirt gun and said "Moe power activate."
No, what I'm saying is I'm really glad that they're actually like paying attention to like the characters in the background, and like I keep seeing like, okay, there's another future girlfriend. I recognize her face.
They're all future girlfriends.
Biggles, where are you at on that series now?
I'm episode 10. I was going to get to see, or wait, there's 12 episodes in the first one, right? Yeah. So
you're just now getting introduced to the mom, right?
So I know about the mom. I haven't watched the mom yet. I think.
Oh, you're gonna watch the mom.
Well, I saw her once, and I was like, okay, I have a feeling this is going to be another girlfriend, and they're not going to move. But we'll see. I have to get there. I was going to watch more of it, but I've been moving. All like packing all my shit because I'm moving, and then I have to what is this shit behind me? I have to also pack for MegaCon, which is why my hair is blondish yellow, so I can
which is why Biggles looks like he's been working at a host club.
I am apparently working at a host club, and apparently dressing as a maid at night, and trying to afford Crimson an escort for Valentine's Day.
I need at some point I need to see you in a maid costume because I feel like it'd just be too ridiculous.
I need some girl to bring Crimson chocolate, and then never see her on White Day. So he doesn't have to return the paper. Because we paid her.
You know what? That's another goal of mine. I'm going to go to a con in a maid costume. I'm just going to do it. I'm not even going to try and look feminine. I'm just going to go in a maid costume.
Yeah. And
no fucking shame. I don't care.
We'll stream it. We'll have Crimson on.
Oh hell yeah. I'll do the whole fucking moe cute thing.
Like Blue Lock has made Maru. And he's like, at the end of one of the episodes, he's like showing them how to do the thing. And you're like, what the? Like, Baru's fucking gigantic. And he's dressed as a maid and doing the little thing. Fucking hilarious. But yeah, so we got some good animes to talk about. And I want to start with probably the best one.
That's bold words. You better be careful with what comes out next.
Oh no, I will back this shit up. This
I'm kidding. It's classic.
7.62 is such shit that I can't raise it any higher. Okay,
Well,
everybody
this
go
is
here
the big issue
and get
with
tens.
my anime list is they allow you to like rate things right off the bat. You can't review unless you've watched 3 episodes, but all you do is just click I've watched 3 episodes and put your review out. It doesn't have any checks and balances for it. This is why Freerin consistently stays at the top, is because people will make extra accounts just to upvote it. I love the series, but it's a fact that the like Freerin is only on the top because it consistently gets upvotes from bot accounts.
So what you're saying is I need to make 100 accounts and each one give this a 10 because a
I want you
7.62 is bullshit.
That
Big-
won't do much because the number of users right there is 6,500. You would need to make a significant amount more than 100.
All right, I'm making 1,000.
Can we just say, if he did that though, if he had stuck to his original plan, if he had named his bot farm the 100 bots that really, 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 really love your anime, it would have been fantastic.
I could do that.
The 1,000 bots that really, 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 really love anime.
But yeah, so this show, did you, or Chad, please tell me you watched Thursday's episode.
I did. Yes.
What do you think?
I think that because I think we had kind of postulated as a theory that this was this because I think I remember our conversation where like it seems like he's not dead and maybe in like a coma scenario, and that's what it looks like we got the confirmation. I do love the fact that the mom was just as otaku and started going off on a tangent about 80s and 70s and 80s anime.
Yeah.
They like legitimate anime, like Aura Battler Dunbean and
and she was like, "Well, that's the original, but that's canon. But this one is better, so we should start." And she's like, "Well, but she's like, what is it? What is the proper viewing list? We have to figure out what's the proper viewing order for." And then daughter was like, "Stop it, mom! Later, we need to worry about that."
She's like, "Don't challenge me to the daughter."
I think.
Plus, when the daughter was like, "I know this may seem crazy, but dad is in the video game," she's like, "I believe you."
No, I think it actually, like, just from a writing standpoint, it fits the tone of the series more for him to still be alive, to be in a coma than dead. It avoids the issue of overburdening the series with a lot of like unnecessary drama and sadness that it just doesn't need, because it's been funny and really entertaining this whole time. If you saw all of a sudden like drop this whole thing where like, oh well, he's dead now, his old family is mourning his loss, like that'd be really fucking depressing to see in the middle of the series.
Now that we've had it confirmed, the storyline kind of reminds me of, it was what, 2 seasons, 3 years ago, where we did the one where
Uncle
it was
from Another World.
No, where it was the 2 teenagers doing the commentary during the Otami game, and the characters could hear them.
I don't think I remember that one.
You didn't watch that one?
I watched that one.
That I'm surprised. Biggles, being a connoisseur of Otami anime,
I've been reading a whole bunch of random Otami mangas right now. What is this one called? I need to know the name of this anime.
What is it? All right, I'm gonna pull up the name of it now. It is Endo and Kobayashi's live commentary on the Villainous. So it's an Otami and Villainous all in one.
And now Biggles has another Villainous to symbolize.
And I believe it's on High Dive, which may be how you missed it.
Well, I have High Dive. That's where I watched.
Yeah, but High Dive's interface is such crap.
Oh my!
It's super easy to miss a great.
So is the dubs, or not dubs? So are the subs.
High Dive just in general sucks. They get a few like really, really good shows, like The Eminence in Shadow, like this, like Oshinoko, but everything else is like, well, we're gonna platform all like the really, really risque stuff. I think they're the one doing please put them on, Miss Takamine.
And we've discussed, I have no problem with them doing that. I think they also did Peter Grill. They had the teacher, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here, teacher? Oh my
God. Inukai-san's dog, Beihei Neko.
Yeah, but all right. So there's and because I know we were talking in our super secret anime chat about it, where I was like, the subtitle, like system on High Dive has pissed me off so many times. I've considered just going Jack Sparrow instead of supporting the team because number one, they don't actually subtitle. If you do watch a dub, if they can, and they have dubs, they make an effort to put in dubs. They don't subtitle like phones and text messages unless you turn on full captioning.
Yeah,
If I'm
that's fucking ridiculous.
if
Like,
I'm listening to a dub, I don't want to have full captioning on. So I mean that's one thing where Crunchyroll excels versus High Dive. If you're watching a dub, you can turn on the English like text captions for signs, phone text messages, all that stuff can be on and you'll see it, but you don't have the full caption stuff. No, it does that. Plus they do it in yellow, or is it yellow or white are the only choice, like
You can't even choose anymore.
yeah.
They took that away. I used to have white, but they took it away, and now it's yellow again. They took it away. You can't choose your text anymore. High dives like stuff used to be better like a year ago.
wait, so you're watching this show with yellow subtitles? Is what I'm hearing?
Yes. Unfortunately, it does that for me too. It's default and I can't change it.
Well, where I've been watching it, it's been white subtitles, and they don't forget the "and" symbol between love and beast.
I'm
I
guessing
know.
it may not be High Dive.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Yep. All aboard. The Black Pearl is setting sail for
We are the crew.
Yep.
But yeah,
I try to like because they do get and they used to have Gate. They still have it, I think. That was one I first subscribed to High Dive when I was trying to find another place I could watch Gate that wasn't Hulu with obnoxiously no. They were putting so many commercials on anime at that point. It was just so annoying.
I tried to watch One Punch Man on Hulu when I like first started watching anime. Like, holy crap, it was a miserable experience.
wait, what does Hulu do?
Hulu just puts they have and they randomly interrupt. It's not even at what should be a break. They will randomly interrupt for ad breaks. And I think if you watch anime, you know they usually only have one ad break a show. And you can tell when they do it because they have the intros and outros for ad breaks. But for some, because Hulu is an American system, they do and they add extra. I swear, I think I remember there were 5 ad breaks when it was One Punch Man or the other ones, and there were at least 3 or 4 ads a break. So it'd be right in the middle of like an actually well animated combat scene, and boom, there's your Hyundai ad, there's your this ad, and it's like, oh, you're breaking the flow, you're killing
Do
it.
you struggle with limp dick?
Buy Blue Chew now. What? No,
apparently, Crimson's getting the Cialis ads.
So I
Too much gooning, apparently.
I paid for Hulu for no ads, and then they raised the price, and I was like, all right, everyone, I'm canceling Hulu. And then everybody was like, you can't cancel Hulu. That's the only one we watch. So now someone else pays for my Hulu, and I don't have, or we still have the no ads. So I don't have any of the ads on Hulu.
I think the bigger issue with just Hulu and anime in general is like any series that goes to like the Disney Plus / Hulu region of the internet just doesn't get the attention it deserves. And I constantly bring this one up, but Heavenly Delusion was a really good like post-apocalyptic sci-fi series. Didn't get half the attention it deserved because it was on Disney Plus, locked behind regional bullshit.
But yeah, Hulu also has the new Code Geass, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it because it's on Hulu.
I think mostly because it's non-canon.
Is it non-canon? I don't know.
I think technically it's not canon.
I just knew they made a new one, so I don't know. They also like there was that other one that came out, the other Code Geass that was like a unit in like their version of like Europe, and they had like CC in it at one point. but it was like a totally different crew and shit, and had nothing to do with like the Japan and the Britannia Empire fighting. It was just like a different fight on like a different continent.
I don't know enough about Code Geass. I've never watched it.
It's actually pretty good.
So I've heard. I hear it's the better Attack on Titan.
Well, I won't argue that. There's giant mechs and shit like that. But yeah, so the plot where he's still alive was fucking awesome. And the fact that the daughter has to like be there to progress the story. And she's like, what does this mean? Help dad? Of course I'm going to help dad. And she's like, wait, I don't have, this is a LCD screen. This isn't a touch screen. And she like pokes it and her hand goes through and she's like, oh, and then like goes in and like out pops
and merges the little like the chibi version of dad and the chibi version of
Grace. Yeah.
Of Grace.
I love how everyone was like really hoping that they'd have like the same elemental alignment as her, or in Anna's case, she's like, I hope she has something that I'm really good with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're all sitting there, and it turns out she gets both the like the ones that like either matches someone or supports someone.
Well, if you look at the little chart they put up during the show with having fire and water, she would be able to support any class because they're in between for both the other classes. And the only ones that they just cancel each other out, which is interesting. It's like which is I'm waiting to see how that works exactly, because they did show, I think, some of the preview where the dragon was flipping between blue and red as a water and fire dragon.
Did they? Oh, so they haven't showed that yet. Okay, so I won't go into detail.
Shut your filthy mouth.
You shut your whore mouth, okay, Crimson? Okay, so this is awesome. Like if it gets to the school festival, it's going to be you guys are going to be like mind blown, because I did not see that coming. So I'm hyping it up for you guys. You guys got to be ready for it. Hopefully it's season 1. If it's not season 1, I'm going to be like, I gotta wait another season for this shit. But this is so good. I absolutely love it. And the family in it makes it even better, you know. And the beasts are cool. Now that I understand what the beasts were, I don't remember seeing the eggs like early on in the show. And I remember seeing the eggs only in this scene. So when you guys were talking about the eggs, I was like, what are you talking about? I don't remember any eggs. And it's probably because I'm reading and they showed the eggs like there, and I didn't catch it because I was reading the chat.
I'll just blame the brain damage from the concussions.
Yeah, that's probably it too. But let's go to another one. Do you guys have one you really want to talk about? I didn't put up 100 Girlfriends. I forgot to grab it this week.
I have 2, but we can save those for later because one we'll eventually get to because I know we all watch it. The other one, I think I'm the only person watching, and I have some things to say about it.
I just think it's interesting that after all the episodes we've done now, he wouldn't have 100 Girlfriends ready to go.
I know. I fucked up. No, I really did fuck up.
Especially when we had Maid Sama, whose name is Maid.
Maid O'May, yes.
Maid O'May.
So what happened was I didn't add it to my list yet. So when I pulled all the stuff from my list, I forgot 100 Girlfriends. So I'll have to find it during our next thing. So let's talk about this one. Zenshu. So there was a moment in this where Luke says, I am an adult. And
I haven't watched this one yet, but I don't mind the spoilers. So continue. Okay.
Well, then I really don't want to talk about it because this one's actually a good episode. But
you confused me with that Team 4-Star reference out of nowhere. I had zero context to that.
So there's a scene in here where like they're making fun of Luke, and Luke is like, I am an adult, right? Like trying to argue that he is an adult, and Gohan was not getting the shit kicked out of him right after. So I did not understand why he was trying to say, I am an adult, you know? Because Gohan's always like, I need an adult. And then Luke was like, I am an adult. And then he didn't beat the shit out of Gohan. So I was too confused on what was going on. But if you haven't watched this one, Little Chad, did you watch this one?
I haven't seen the latest episode.
Okay, then we will not talk about this one because this episode is actually good. And remember last week when I said I think they've already finished the movie, so I thought maybe they were going back to the real world. That doesn't really happen, but they do have a real world scene that relates really well with the end of the episode. So I think this might be the best episode they've had so far. But it's not as funny as when the tiger with the mask on. And you guys got to see what they did with Destiny in this one. I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, so we'll skip this one then, and we'll come. Well, not next week, but 2 weeks from now.
Just quickly, like I do agree it's not one of my favorites, but it's still an interesting series to me. Like I do enjoy watching these episodes, but as like time has gone on, I haven't had as much interest in it.
If it wasn't a dub, I wouldn't be watching it anymore.
Yeah, same. I think I feel the same.
But here's one that I believe we're all watching, and we've probably watched this new episode. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. You guys watch?
I mean, her coming out of the bathroom completely naked because she's scared of a minor earthquake was kind of funny.
I mean, here's a question, and this is gonna sound weird because we a little moved on from it, but for my dad is the villainous. Do you think one of the reasons it doesn't score as high as it should be getting for as good as it is because it has a complete lack of fan service?
That could be a thing.
No, I think
because on the one hand, Freerun is, like you said, is staying at the top, and Freerun didn't really lean into fan service at all.
My supposition is that it's a very niche genre within isekai, which is one of the like least favorite genres of anime right now. I mean, I personally like it, but when it comes to like the mainstream, most people like will stick to shonens. Then they'll do like the like romance slice of life stuff. Isekai is kind of like the bottom of the barrel as far as storytelling goes for most people.
But at the same time, I mean, what is Jobless Reincarnation scoring? Like, where's that at?
That ReZero Overlord, so I am that time I got reincarnated as a slime. They're all an 8+.
Okay,
like an 8.3, and I think Jobless might be like an 8.4. ReZero is somewhere in there. Freerun is a good series. The issue is one, there's a lot of things that could lead to this getting a lower score than it does. Part of it, I think, is the fact that it's pretty niche. It's the villainess thing. A lot of people feel like, but probably are in the same category as me, where they went into the genre and they didn't get something they wanted out of it at first. Like when I watched All Routes Lead to Doom, I wasn't really a fan of that series. Lately, though, there have been some really good ones in that vein. Like I'll Be a Villainess Who Goes Down in History, and Dad's Been Reincarnated. I think a lot of people just like had their first experience, got burned by it, and were like, yeah, no, screw that. I'm not really interested in this whole thing. And they're not willing to really give it a shot, especially because, well, it isn't the mainstream battle anime that most people will watch.
I think those are very fair points.
So, yeah, so we have a reverse isekai/isekai. And I have said before, this reminds me of one of my favorite series that isn't Lord of the Rings, the Twinborn Chronicles, where there is a dream world where when they're awake, they're not active in the other realm when they're, so it's a lot like that. We have our naked Maria jumping out of the bathroom because she's afraid of an earthquake.
Sorry, I have a thing for silver-haired elves. Okay.
It's fine. That's why you are our Subaru, our Skynet's chosen gooner, the knight of the channel. So so we have so before that scene where she jumps out, they go to the library and she's like, I don't like, I'm not a kid. Why am I reading kids books? And they're like, no, it's to help you learn, right? And she like falls in love with the kid books, but in the library, she meets who's possibly going to be her first friend in Japan. And then the earthquake scene comes out and she's yelling and screaming, and the girl actually like lives below them, and she's like, oh, are they still like what did I forgot exactly what she said, but it was the girl from the library who was like, oh, like they're still going or something, I don't know. And it was actually really, really fun episode.
I like that they're like they're doing the whole like language barrier thing where she's trying to learn Japanese. It's been an interesting part. Her infatuation with the children's books was hilarious. The cat scene at the beginning.
Oh yeah, the cat scene. I was just remembering that in my head right before you said it.
And then just the overall like slice of life part of it. And now the next episode they're going back into fantasy mode, like save the cat child, literally.
Yeah. So maybe that cat is a like a foreshadowing, because she got to pet the cat. Now maybe she'll like pet this cat. I don't know. That sounds weird, but yeah.
Are you
maybe
trying to imply something?
No, I didn't mean to say it that way. Like she's trying to like she's going to be like nurturing or something like that to the cat kid. I don't know, like a mother figure. I don't know, like a cat mom, cat girl lady. She's going to be a crazy cat elf.
I hope you get volt tackled by a beagle.
All right, so there is fighting in the chat. All right, we got fighting in the chat. Let's show our chat.
This ReZero discussion generally does that.
All right, let's go. So we have never cared for award codes. No one is voting for season 3. Dan wins for 2024. Freerin is a 2023 fall, so it's not a 2024 anime.
It kept going into 2024, but
here's the thing: as far as anime goes, Freerin actually will probably be on the list. For 20, no, sorry, it won't be on the list this year. It would have been on the list for 2024. The issue that these award shows have is they basically have the show has to air between October something of the like previous year, because that's their cutoff point for any new anime being entered.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. So Freerin technically did air in 2023, but it got put on the list for 2024.
Okay.
I don't care about the award shows because honestly, they're generally pretty ridiculous, and they just pick whatever the most popular like battle anime is for the year.
Well, you know who should always win every year,
confirm
whether they're not airing that year? Dragon Ball Z. It should win every year, no matter what. I don't care.
But as far as the Dandadan versus ReZero thing goes, I actually did my top 10 and I put Dandadan above ReZero season 3 for one reason. ReZero season 3 wasn't complete at the time. Dandadan had a full 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And the better, like more exciting part of ReZero season 3 is coming out. Actually, it starts this Wednesday.
Oh yeah, and I won't be home to watch it, but that's okay. It's sub, and I have to watch the dubs.
I'm getting home from a tile setting class, and that's the first thing I'm doing.
Well, I won't be there. I'll be what's it called? I'll be at a con. And speaking of cons, I just realized that for the people that I really want to meet that aren't that usually don't come to Arizona, I can get a flight for $58. Probably get my Uber there and back because it's like 30 minutes from the airport. um, for like $50 less. So that's like $108 for that. And it's a same day flight. My ticket's only going to be $23. So I'm thinking of going to a con, spending less than $500 in one day, going to Colorado and coming back, just to meet like 4 voice actors. And also the voice actor for Bender is going to be there. And Bender Rodriguez is one of my favorite characters of all time. Like number 2 behind Vegeta. So I really want to go meet him.
you said speaking of cons, and I thought you were about to say I actually scammed you all because of the membership thing.
Yes, I scammed you all with those memberships that I gave earlier. You now owe me $10 million. No, I'm just kidding. It says on my terms and conditionings that
it says on my terms and conditioners.
Yeah, conditioners. You know the stuff you put in your hair. It says you cannot trade for money value, so we're not doing that. I was just making a joke.
No, ma'am, do not redeem. Do not redeem.
That reminds me of the time Anime Expo tickets at my best hotel. Super excited. Yeah. You're not. I think he said Hankley, you're not going to Game On this year, if I remember right, because you got another con in April. But yeah, this is like a week or 2 after Game On. So I'm like, I gotta go. I'm just going to go spend. If I don't spend a lot of money at MegaCon this weekend, I'm going to definitely go buy my tickets and be like, yeah, I'm going for under $100. Let's go. Oh, you are? Okay, then I'll see you there. But let's. Do we have anything else to say about Japan Elf?
It's a
Japan?
high quality show people should be watching.
Yeah, watch
They
it.
need to isekai more fantasy characters into this world soon, because it looks like that other lady on the front there is the dragon. So
Yeah,
I'm wondering if they're actually going to do that, especially because of the whole cat child thing. I kind of feel like they're also going to do that part of it.
Well, clearly, because no isekai anime is complete without some kind of cat girl.
Because the Japanese love their cats.
they do.
It is required.
Which, oh shit, actually, I'm changing my transition. Speaking of cat girls,
Let's see how you make this work.
she hasn't been added yet.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, what are you planning here?
I was like, what, how is this with the Okinawa? I was like, what has Biggles been doing?
Sorry, I fucked up.
Speaking of cats, the main character for this series is a pussy.
Yeah, he is. No, okay. So I thought of this after I had already switched over. So in this one, in the intro, it shows a cat girl, and they have just added a new. They're in a new town, so they're going to be adventuring here. They got a sponsorship deal. She got a sponsorship deal, and A Money Wilson wants to talk about your favorite show, Crimson. So this one has like the streaming aspect, right? They're getting sponsorships for the girls, and they actually kind of get their butt kicked a little bit in this one, and they find ways to win, because that's what you're going to do when you have an A-rank adventure leading a bunch of girls who just got promoted to a new rank. But yeah, I like how they added sponsorships in this. We might be getting our cat girl soon. We still have to worry about what was that? The slimy sleazeball and Thunderpike.
Yeah, the some bitch and the ugly bastard.
Yeah, they're going to start doing something from probably, hopefully. Okay. There was a really funny scene in this one with Rain. She changed her bow color, and like Yuke like noticed but didn't like say anything. I was just like, oh yeah, because you like artifacts and stuff, right? And they're like, you have no idea how to talk to a woman. And he's like, oh, like how you changed your bow tie color. And then she's got all happy. He's like, yeah, it makes you look cute. And like she's all happy now, and she like wanted to kill him before for not saying anything. It's like,
really, really grumpy Roxy stand-in. Yes.
yeah, basically. But this one's pretty good. I gave it a 7, right above the average score. It's nothing to be like this is the greatest show, but it's definitely fun enough to where it's enjoyable with the like the streaming aspect. And they're like, no, we have to record it because there's that like undead creature, the stalker or something. I forgot its name.
The Shadow Stalker or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
the Shadow Stalker, and how they figure out how to handle it is really great. So it has a lot of good aspects to it. I just don't think it's like the best. But I kind of really want a dub for this.
Their work it's supposed to get a dub, right? Is it not getting one?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. I did not check.
I mean, if this is a high dive series, they generally tend to
It's
not
on-
have.
This is a
It's on
Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchy.
Well, then the dubs will probably like for a series like this, I would expect the dubs to come maybe, I don't know, like a month after it ends airing, and then they start doing dubs.
Who knows? This is one I would like enjoy a dub for, just so I can come back, kind of just listen to it as stuff happens. I still haven't watched the Maid Assassin show. But what was the next one, or anything else you guys want to say about this? Because I did most of the talking.
I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't see the revenge plot being a thing this episode, but that's about it.
Yeah, I do think they're kind of stringy. I mean, but that's par for the course, whether it was Beast Tamer or these other ones. They tend to pull the thread on that revenge one through the whole show. It's not, I mean, I think Talker was one of the better ones where they just got that out of the way within the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
and it helped the flow for that one really good.
I miss Talker.
I do, just like I love the idea that a self-aware party leader who doesn't give an ass. He's like, I'm gonna be the winner. This is what I do.
I'm gonna win even if I have to step all over you.
If I have to deal with the mob, I'm gonna get my money back, even if I have to sell the people that stole it from me into slavery.
Yeah, I miss Talker. That was so good, dude. I miss it.
Also, Alna needs to be treated better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Talker. Yeah.
Yep. Now for the A-ranked party here, I feel like one of the things holding back it's a decent show, but the designs are super generic, even for like this is like elf girl check, redhead sword fighter check, blue-haired mage check, ripping off a certain show check. Like our party is I mean, they might as well name the lead guy Ruddy instead of Rudy. Like something silly.
Call him Ruby.
Yeah. But I think if they had done something a little more unique with some of the designs, and they may be locked in from what if there's a manga or so you can't do that much with it. But like they do something unique with the streaming device, which is a cool like hook. I think the girl designs, there's nothing that really sticks out with what they're doing.
I will say, particularly the color palette actually for this one, just with the way they do magic in it, that part is a little bit unique if you ask me. It's a little bit brighter and a little bit more interesting, nicer to see. It's also a small deviation from what we usually get when it comes to magic systems in these generic-ish fantasy anime. Like they're not all a bunch of like magic circles spawning all over the place for the most part. Like when Yuke uses his spells, like you actually get to see who's being affected by what.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's another one that sometimes when you look at the character, you think he might be suffering from like cross-eyed. Appraiser. So, have you guys watched the new episode?
Yeah, I mean,
You mean the
it's
constantly expanding harem?
Yeah, the
uh,
constant.
I'm intrigued how they're going to be able to manufacture a plot device to get the sister, who is the um, requisite Lolita Lolly, harem member to travel with him. Since right now she's in his eye because that's part of the world tree.
Mhm.
So I do want. I'm actually most interested to see how they MacGuffin that into happening, since we
Uh,
all know it's happening.
well, yeah, he just got. Well, there's another sister, right? That looks even younger, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
talking about.
Yeah. So right now he just got the Tsundere sister. Um, who the funny thing is the guy that betrayed him that he didn't do shit about, he's just like, oh, I'm going to be nice to you, and then he saves his life again, and you're like, what the fuck, dude, stop, just let this guy die. And he's like, oh yeah, just send him back, he surrendered. So we got the Tsundere sister who was like, I'm going to kill you. What? No, I can't kill you. And then we got the turtle girl.
Well, like she doesn't even kill people. She literally just like sends them back to the beginning. That's all her traps do.
Yeah.
Yep,
Like,
and I did like the use of his old party member as an example of him just constantly dying, like almost dying and getting sent back.
he's like, yeah, I'm going to have her heal you now. And it's just, I don't know how I feel about this. I might just stop and wait for a dub. And if there's no dub, I probably won't even finish it.
Yeah, for me, it's in like dangerous territory. If the next episode isn't like something really good, I'm probably gonna drop it.
I
Yeah.
do, yeah. I think especially with there's power creep in anime. We all know there's going to be power creep. We're going to get the overpower, but when this guy is literally just getting everything's ability as soon as he kills it, super easy. I mean,
This dude might as well be called the Sword Saint with how many freaking abilities he just gets out of nowhere.
He's as strong as Reinhardt.
No, I'm not even kidding. Like,
no, he's actually would probably be above Reinhardt because Reinhardt could like basically get world treat out of onto the ground, and he could just appraise and steal Reinhardt's ability.
no,
Probably.
Reinhardt probably has divine protection against that.
He'd
I'm-
appraise divine protection and be able to have it.
I'm not kidding you. Reinhardt's abilities are absolutely ridiculous, especially after that last battle he was involved in the web novel. Like,
What is like so a nice way to think about it? You remember in Harry Potter how they had the room of requirement, and the
No.
room would become whatever you needed it to be. Reinhardt's power is the room of requirement for like, what do we need as a Deus Ex Machina to
no,
win?
literally.
Oh
like,
no, Reinhardt's got it.
Yeah, Arc 5 like literally already showed that. He in the novels, he straight up says, "Yeah, I petitioned the sword god for the blessing of judgment, and it allows me to read people's abilities." Like the dude's ridiculous, and that's why I say when it comes to this, like the guy has similar abilities. Reinhardt has protections against ambushes and direct attacks and all that kind of stuff. He's insane. This guy has an ability that makes it so he doesn't take damage from frontal assaults or surprise attacks. You call him the Sword Saint already and just give him a dragon sword, okay?
Well, in Isekai Quartet, they're like, who was it? Oh, Subaru was telling Kazuma, he's like, yeah, he's basically a cheat code. And he's like, that's not even fair.
I have a protection against having things stolen from me.
Like,
Which mean like I have, which would probably like Reinhardt already has whatever ability he needs to just win. So,
but they found a way to beat him. They found a way to beat him because
Well, they
horseshoe
found
thing.
well, at least in the first half of the season, as animated. The way to beat him is to make sure everybody is linked up to the archbishop, so that if when Reinhardt wins, it kills everybody else.
All their heads blew up. Yeah.
Because it's not a matter of will Reinhardt win. It's yes, he's gonna win. So let me just make it a giant L for Reinhardt by winning.
And this is their Reinhardt. He just fucking. So so the thing is on this one, right? They had him like train for like a week or two or something of just like dying and then healing, dying and healing, dying and healing, dying and healing. And they're like, well, you've ran so much that your weapons or your muscles have torn, and now you heal them, and you keep, which is how muscles grow.
Which is almost a very similar to the wrong way to use healing magic methodology.
Yeah, except that does it so much better.
I was gonna say this one in particular, like okay, cool, we get a training arc. We actually get to see him like power up, and it quickly, like the moment that is done, it devolves into the most generic, like harem, like Gary Stu protagonist sort of fantasy.
He's going to be beating Goku and Beerus in like a week. Like next week's episode, he's like, "Oh yeah, I took out the god of destruction. No problem." Like that's how fucking big of a power creep this is. What's up, Spirian? But yeah, you know what doesn't have a power creep?
What would that be?
Hold on, I'm getting there. I fell in love with an Okinawan girl.
No, there is a power creep. It's just the fact that Kana is best girl in every episode, and she keeps overpowering the actual main heroine.
I do want to hold on. Let's take a moment to appreciate a smooth transition by Biggles on that one. That wasn't weird, awkward, or involving a cat girl question for an Okinawan.
You know who's not a cat girl in this show? Kana.
My mom.
Yes, your mom in your Inosuke. So we wrong way to use healing magic mentioned. We will start a counter. What? Oh no, I mention it all the time. I'll bring it up, But we got Kana, and this one there is a language mess up. That leads to Kana getting her first date.
I think the better language mess up was the eat shit comment.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning of the episode, like they're like they literally do the like bless you thing in their culture, but it's eat shit. So she all of a sudden realizes that he doesn't know what that's going to mean, and then the other friend who's teasing her is just like, she told you to eat shit.
Yeah, because she knows that Kana likes him because she's the only one who's observant, apparently, out of all of them. But like before that, the guy was like, "Let's go to the bathroom," and he's like, "No, I have to go to the bathroom." He's like, "I didn't tell you. I gotta poop, man. Go away." And then that part happens. He sneezes. She says, "Eat shit," and she's like, "It means that, but it doesn't mean that." And then Kyra or whatever, the weird little one. Was like, or Mina, I think it's Mina Kyra or something. She was like, "Oh, we just tell the demons like this because," and he's like, "You're all spiritual," and she's like explaining every little demon guard or guards against demons. Like, this is here. We have this here, so charging demons like get hit and stop at the wall because they ran.
All right. Tell me if you get this one. Just all the kids just going
yeah. Where they're like because they're all doing the morning calisthenics. But what was the best part of this episode? I don't think it was the Hawaiian shirt part where she's like, "No, it's," and she's like, "Smug." No, it was when she had her mental breakdown. When she's it was during the Hawaiian shirt part though, where they're like, "Oh, you look like a cute couple," and she's like,
she doesn't even say the word. She just sits there going.
She has like a breakdown.
Um,
This is so good. What's
kind of, yeah, the best part was the ending for me, actually, with the or let's go shopping, or let's go out again, or let's go out.
uh-huh.
And they both like look at the screen and are like, which one did she mean? Which one did he mean?
Yeah. But no, I love this one. It's great. Hopefully Kana wins. Because they just had their first little date. And like the other one is just like not fun compared in
Yeah.
comparison, like not fun at all. Who cares?
I
She's
mean,
just a goofy little redneck, I guess.
Redneck.
if I agree with Crimson though, if at this point, Kana best girl supremacy is there. There's no. Who's even gonna? Is there anybody even arguing? I'm sure that it is. It's the internet. There might be somebody who might argue against it, but no rational, right-thinking person could argue against that point.
Hey, someone might even be arguing that the girl who is now teasing Kana is best girl. That's just how the internet is.
I think that's the kind of stuff Lethal likes, though.
probably.
No, sorry, no. Lethal likes abusive women, not women who tease him.
So Lethal needs a full-on tsundere, like.
No, he needs Makima from Chainsaw Man.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or like Revy, like the kind of woman who would ruin his life and like literally put a bullet in his gut and then walk out.
Speaking of girls who could end Lethal's life in one swing,
Oh God.
my favorite girl, Alicia Clover, or Alina Clover. Sorry. Whoa, mess up there. So we have Alina here, our guild receptionist. Please tell me you all watched this one.
Of course.
Yeah. I
Okay.
actually didn't get to watch it last week, but I caught up this week.
Okay. Well, she is fucking awesome. And we actually have like a romance going. Her little friend or fellow guild receptionist who wanted to feel the hammer from she's our Lethal Lightning of the show.
She is the darkness girl in this.
And she's like, what's glowing in you? She's like, it's just a normal rock. Normal rocks don't glow. And she's like, I gotta go. And she like takes off and gets there, saves the two.
The damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Well, by that I mean the leader of Silver Wing or
Luke or
whatever.
whatever his name is.
Wait,
Where
no,
he's like,
not Luke,
I knew
he's
I couldn't
Jade.
die because you'd be something when she gets back and
Mhm.
he's basically is like the
She
lowest lane.
is the tsundere in this series.
Well, no, what's the one where she'll kill you?
All of the ones of the episode.
Of the deer or the dray or yandere?
Oh, yeah, Yandere
Yandere
is the love sick, technically.
Yeah,
the one
Yandere is
that'll
the
kill
one
you.
that knifes you and then like lays down next to your body as it bleeds out.
Yeah, that's the kind of girl I like. The one that will kill me in my sleep.
Oh no, they
No,
would never
but-
do it in your sleep. They'd want you to see it.
Biggles is
damn
the
it.
kind of guy who's like, I'm okay with Yanderes because at least they express their interest in me.
Yeah, and then they kill me. Like most of my.
No, she'll only kill you if she perceives that you're cheating on her.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, she's perfectly normal. But the moment you even approach like a 50-mile radius of another woman, well, she will pull out the knife.
Yeah, so I think maybe Alina might be turning into that one rather than the tsundere, because she was just like, I'm going to kill you right off the rip, rather than like how tsunderes are like.
No, I'd still say she's a tsundere.
Would you?
Because she's
Okay.
never actually expressed any major interest in the dude. She literally just
Well,
was
until
like
just
trying to push
now.
him away. Yeah. Well, that's why I say she's a tsundere.
Okay.
Because tsundere is basically like this idea of like you put on a cold front, but behind that you actually care about the person. Yandere is just straight up like psycho bitch.
Yeah, you never played Yandere Simulator?
Dude,
You mean
I
the game
have
that never finished by a dev who scammed his entire freaking?
dun dun dun. No, I never even heard of it. But yeah, Alina, awesome, love her. I've already bought the figure.
Does it
Wow.
come with the hammer? It has to come with the hammer.
It does come with the hammer.
All right. Is it guild receptionist outfit or is it
Guild receptionist
Okay.
outfit.
Okay, I may actually get that myself.
And it's
Although
only like
I'm
30
debating,
bucks.
like, do I buy free Dendroids or do I buy that?
Well, the free run ones
Or
are on
do I
sale
or
right
do
now,
I buy Uzaki-chan in a swimsuit?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with Uzaki-chan.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that I can
We're men of culture, Crimson. We're men
All
of
right.
culture.
I have to answer this question. I love the thrill of that they could kill me any second. Just for random shit.
Biggles will come home and the Yandere will be like, "You want to watch Fatal Attraction? It's the sweetest romance movie of all time."
I'm a huge fan of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, you guys have been watching Sister Leveling, right?
Okay, the
That's-
joke one. That's the parody.
I haven't been going out of my way to like look up if there's any new episodes for it.
Oh yeah, well they're doing the jail route right now, right?
The jailbait route.
Yeah, the jail. No, it's just called the jail route, not jailbait, because he's and like one of the missions is like avoid meeting Chris Hansen. But there's one where fucking what did Jenna say? I had it, but I forgot what it was. What she said. Fuck it. Who cares? We'll go into actual solo level, unless you guys want to keep talking about this.
No.
Okay. So actual solo leveling. There is no sister love. Okay, there is no sister love in this one. That is only sister leveling.
People were like genuinely upset over the sister leveling stuff, which baffles me.
There's
Like,
so
people were on a moral crusade over how dare you defile this series with your sick incest bullshit. I'm like, it's a joke.
Yeah, it's literally
It's a
joke.
fucking joke.
We're talking about an
Chill.
anime where the best girl like smells him.
Yeah. She's like, I love you because of your smell.
And honestly, the way it was animated, the way her head leaned in, it looked a little awkward. She's like sniffing in.
So I decided to watch some of the sub because you guys told me about the dad, and holy shit, he fucked that dude up. They're like, it was over in a second, and I was like, you didn't show it. Why didn't you show it? I wanted to see him kick his ass. And then
for him, I like the idea they're being a little mysterious on how overpowered he is, because it's got a payoff and it's going to be a big one. Because I mean, with Jin as the Shadow Monarch, you've got to kind of tease the looming threat that's coming after him.
Leon today, remember Amber versus Johnny Depp?
Biggles is going to be the one who's
I don't want one who's going to shit in my bed. Okay,
my dog stepped on a bee.
If she stabs me, whatever. I've had that happen before. Okay, but if she shits in my bed, there's going to be a problem.
Honestly, I was really hoping that in this episode we would get Jinwoo like doing another flex moment, but I'm gonna have to wait until this Saturday to see that. So I was like, there's some good action in it, but like the part that I'm really looking forward to now for this arc comes in the next episode.
Because he's been brought before the shaman, right? So
yes,
yeah. So okay. 100%. I mean, the other it's not just a matter of him flexing; it's this time he gets to flex with an audience.
Mm-hmm.
and that almost
Well,
that
he's at the
enhances
point
the
where
flex.
he's not restricting himself trying to hide his rank anymore. So
Yep.
All right. So this is it, right? Jenna was like, I really love, or I just started watching Game of Thrones. I really love the Lannister love story. And I was like, oh, and like, I've never actually seen it, but I remember like the brother sister, like there was incest in that too. So, um,
all I know is there's a clip of Shad Brooks out there talking about why you shouldn't be having relations with your sister inside a tower and then have to throw a child out the window because they found you.
yeah, you should leave the child alone and throw your sister out the window. Jeez, how could they? But yeah, I don't know. Could be AH. Someone be instead, or is it AH? What is AH?
Alcoholics Anonymous.
No, that's AA.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. I never actually went to that, but I was definitely an alcoholic. Oh, it's just episode 1, by the way. That's the first episode of whatever. But yeah, the first episode of Game of Thrones. I don't know. I didn't watch shit. So yeah, and he doesn't hide his rank. He goes back. Oh, is Amber Heard? Okay, got it. Biggles could be Amber Heard instead. I'm the one who shits in her bed. Okay. So he, like you said, he doesn't hide his rank anymore. He goes to take the test to re-sign. The guy, head of the guild, was like, "Would you do this?" He's like, "No, because I belong in the dungeons." And then the very next thing, he's like, he goes and joins a mining facility. Like what?
He
Like
wants the excuse to sell the Orb of Avarice, but he thinks people will be suspicious if an E ranker sells it on the internet. So he
yeah,
wants
that
the
too.
excuse of I went into all these dungeons and that's where I found it. That's
Yeah,
why he's doing it.
yeah. But well, the other guy is like, he's just so confusing. I don't get it, right? And then they're like, dude, don't do this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then we have like not like a red gate that we had right before it, but we have like this high orc society living in there, and you could tell like the A-Rick adventurer who wants to become the captain, like cares about his people, and Jinwoo saw it too.
Yeah, he for once the captain has a level head and isn't just pursuing progress. Like he's like, yeah, this is too much for us. Let's bail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's going to end really badly. We barely got out. We did okay with what happened. So let's take that W and get out and get a group. Go back and get some of those S ranks that our Hunters Guild has, and get them back here.
let's get the good people. And what's really cool is the mage lady. She notices that he used a stealth technique, and because no one else said anything, she's like, I'm not going to say anything. So now they were like, Jinwoo, we'll get you out of here. You shouldn't be in here. You shouldn't die. And he like tells, and Jinwoo's kind of has that look on his face, like, I'm just going to kill all of them. You know, like, we're getting out of this. I won't let you die. Like, so I can't wait till next week where Jinwoo just fucks them all up, and his army comes out and just kicks some ass. That's what I'm expecting. I want to see more of Tank, because he just got Tank, the bear, the giant bear. I want to see that fucking bear just fucking wreck shit.
Well, not to mention he's also got Iron now too,
Yeah.
Who's just out of his mind, bad shit. Like as a shadow goes, he's just like
Well, he was
the most jacked steroid bro shadow that's ever been.
well, that's how he was as a person. He's
Oi, come fight me, cunt.
like, I can't wait. So this is really fun. Like, the animation and the fights are kick ass. which is why I like this show. Like, I don't really give a shit much about the story, you know. It's got some good characters, and I just
Here's what I don't get, because I know how much you love Kaiju number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Solo Leveling seems like it's got more action and as much lore or character development as, if not more, than Kaiju number 8. And the action scenes to me are animated better in Solo Leveling than they are in Kaiju number 8. How do you put Kaiju number 8 on such a higher pedestal than something like Solo Leveling?
Because I like the vice captain more than I like any character in this fucking show.
Even his sister?
Even his sister.
More than he liked his sister in the in those
He didn't
YouTube
like
shorts?
his sister. His sister liked him. And he was like, he only slept with her because the game system was like, if you don't do it, you're going to die. And he's like, oh, he just starts chugging more alcohol. And
The
he's like,
best line
"No
from that
one's-
was when she's like, "No one's gonna know about it." She's like, "Only the neighbors will hear."
no one will hear.
God, I hope
except
you're
the
adopted.
neighbors.
No one will know except the neighbors. God, I hope you're adopted.
No one will hear. but
No, the
neighbors.
reason Biggles likes Kaiju number 8 is because he identifies with being a loser like Kafka.
Yeah. But speaking of Kaiju number 8, can you see that?
No,
Would
you're
you-
super fucking tiny.
Oh yeah, let me make me big.
Yeah. In Big and the Biggles.
What'd I do? Where'd I go? Where did we go?
That's not what you meant to do.
All right, here.
What now? Okay.
I have my little Kikaru on my phone.
Another
There we go.
Sunday.
Finally focused.
I
There
finally
you go.
focused. I got my little Kikaru on my phone.
Of course you'd have the. It's like there's no yandere yet, so I have to settle.
I have to settle for this tsundere. But no, I met her voice actress and she gave me that, so I got it. But yeah, I just like it better. I like the characters more, which is something that pulls me into anime. So I like the characters more. But this season 2 is fucking awesome. And it's so much better than season 1, if you ask me. Which you aren't. You're just here to make fun of me. All right. Another thing. Let's go to this one where we have Princess Lessons, which
I love this show, unabashedly.
it is fun.
It's time to drop one of my bombshells on this one.
All right, go for it. Let's hear it.
I think this show suffers as time goes on because Clark being clingy is just a huge turnoff.
Yeah, he's like a creeper, but he's not as creepy as the new prince we meet for her maid that she gets kidnapped because they thought, and she keeps going, we should change places so I can run away.
I think this series would be better, or better served if there was like if he wasn't trying to like hold on to her so hard. Like if it was something where like he'd come by and like flirt with her and like try to win her attention. But in this, he seems like he's trying really, really hard and being overbearing. And that's why I can't help but feel like, regardless of how the romance element of it pans out, like it's just not going to be a satisfying conclusion because, well, I think he has some negative, very possessive qualities that just aren't serving the story well. That is my bombshell on this one. I have liked it less and less the more Clark has done his thing across the series.
No one likes Clark. Okay.
I don't mind. I mean, he's, as the brother has pointed out, he loves you and will let you do whatever you want. So, I mean,
yes,
it's a romance anime. Like,
it
how about
comes
like
down to
when,
portrayal, though. That's my point is the way their interactions have been portrayed has not really done a good job of selling Clark as a good partner.
but I think that's because this is a comedy and not leaning into being a pure romance anime. So they're exaggerating that to make it funnier. Like Clark finds you when you jump out the window. Clark finds you when, I mean, it's done for the comedy part, because if this was a romance anime, they would probably make him more smoldering and give him like, qualities that are more like a romance novel lead than a comedic lead.
Well, let's
Foil.
look at another rom-com that's come out this season with I'm Getting Married to a Girl in Class That I Hate. They do both. Like they have the comedy elements and it leans heavily into that, but they also have moments of like selling both the characters as a good match for each other.
But this is supposed to be set in like a medieval era, or I guess 1700s era society.
Sure, it makes sense. I will agree with you. I just don't like the way they're telling the story. That's literally what it comes down to is I think Clark is a poor sell as like an actual romantic partner. That's literally all I have to say about it. Even though it does make sense in the time period, it just doesn't click with me. It just feels creepy and obsessive and something that I would personally find like a huge turnoff in someone.
I think Clark's going to end up looking better now that we've got the other prince who's totally like being a little schmuck about Marie. So
So, do we think he's cheating? Do we think Clark is
no, that's
cheating?
his mother. Clearly,
Is it his mother?
Is
one
it?
hundred
Because
percent. That's going to
I
be the
thought the
queen.
mother was a different person altogether. Like had different color hair and everything.
I think that's 100%. She's got a scepter.
Well,
So
I personally don't think he's cheating at all, and I don't think there's any romantic contention whatsoever there. It's just one of those things where
because have we seen like have they shown the queen yet at all? No. They've
they did
referenced to her.
once.
I don't think they actually did.
I think it was like for a second, but I was thinking this is like the queen or the princess of like that other town. Like it looks more like the mother of the new prince, or like this like a sibling of the new prince rather than like Clark's mom.
I wouldn't put it past you, but put it past it to actually be the queen. But I just don't buy that conclusion yet because they kind of presented someone else in the series as the queen who shows up very briefly, and now it's a completely different look. So, is it possible that she went through a complete transformation like that? Sure, but I don't know. It's probably just someone who's very close to Clark in a platonic way.
Well, it
I mean,
just showed.
we'll know next week. So, but
Yeah.
I think it's gonna because what it reminds me of is in dating sim, trapped in a dating sim. Remember they made the queen a little younger and more attractive.
Mhm.
I think they're going to go just from a character design standpoint. They're going to kind of fake you out and make you think she does have the silver hair, so that could just be an older woman too.
Mhm.
And they're going to fake you out because the one girl thinks he's cheating, and then it's going to be her ending up somehow embarrassing herself in front of the queen, yet endearing herself at the same time. That would be my prediction.
So this show just goes to show you that the brother is actually the only reasonable character in the entire fucking show. And he's definitely the
Yes.
smartest. And she basically sold her off or sold him off to Brianna. Be like, oh, if you let me try to run away, you can marry my brother. He's rich.
He's the only one with his head on straight, and I
Yeah.
think the like what exemplifies that is the scene where he walks in on everyone fighting and just yells at them to shut the f up.
Yeah.
Will
And then he
you
has,
all be quiet?
and then he has like a great solution to everything, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what happened, right?" And they're like, "No, yes, it did." Shut up.
I just loved how they all kept throwing each other under the bus completely. Like
Yeah.
no interrogation techniques needed. It was like she was trying to get us to let her escape, and it was like, well, you liar, you were trying to kidnap this other.
You were trying to kidnap me.
All right, so another one that has a very reasonable character. Let's do. I want to do that. Let's do this one. So the reasonable character here is not the doctor; it's her assistant, the other doctor.
Moe power activate.
So
This one caused a bit of a tism for someone because apparently they're using the main character, Dr. Takao, as like a mascot for a blood drive in Japan, and that upset some people.
oh yeah, they had like the cross on one, like the picture behind her or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people thought like it was disgusting. Like any actual doctor would be pissed off. Turns out the guy writing this series is an actual doctor himself. So who would have thought?
There you go. But yeah, like people on the internet are fucking crazy. I mean, just look at us.
It reminds me, was it when they had Uzuki-chan as the like poster girl for Blood Drive, and they got all in a tizzy because Uzuki-chan is well and blessed, is
Well
blessed.
endowed.
Yeah,
Yes.
well endowed. And they were.
If she were taller, she could probably kill you by turning left if you were on the wrong side of her.
That's how what's her name? Haneke, the pink haired girl, the first girlfriend, or one of the first girlfriends.
Hawkery?
Hawkery, yeah, almost kills. Like she's like she turns and it's her.
I mean, you need to put some Biggles. You better put some respect in your mouth for Hawkery, man.
I'm not good with names.
She delivers more memes for that show than any of the other girlfriends.
She's one of the top two. Okay, number one is 1 and 2 are 1 and 2. Okay, the number one is the Tsundere. Okay,
especially I don't think you're far enough along to really. I mean,
after she fought that giant gorilla lady. All right, that makes you number one no matter what. Okay, I don't see any of the other girls fighting a giant gorilla lady.
You haven't. I don't know if you can put a measurement on the Hawkery family and what they bring to the table as a combo.
We'll see how the mom does.
I mean, look, you think those two are insane? You haven't even gotten to Kendo Chick yet.
Uh-oh. Is she like Psycho from what is it? Not House of the Dead. What is it? High School of the Dead. Is she like Psycho because she was a Kendo chick and she was crazy?
No, she has a very, very split personality. I'll just leave it at that.
There we go.
Not like the hangry girl, though.
Oh no, it is way worse. Like there are some really messed up jokes they make about it, dude.
All right, back to the anime. Let's stay on task, boys. Let's do it. Yes. So this one, I'm going to say it's very good. But I need to wait for a dub. A Wicked Virtue raid. Well, hello, Wicked Virtue and all of her people. 22 people now watching. Holy shit, I haven't even been paying attention. We have Marcel with MILF Supremacy.
Go subscribe to Biggles OnlyFans right now.
Yeah, I don't actually have one. But hello, everybody.
Yeah, the Yandere made him take it down.
Yeah.
It's all pictures of Biggles in a Sailor Moon costume.
I believe it. Because that's what I'm wearing right now. You just
Crimson, would that make you Tuxedo Mask?
I mean...
Uh-oh. He's my Tuxedo Mask. We're in trouble.
My job here is done.
What's up, everyone? 33 people watching? That's insane. Thank you all for being here. Okay.
We have derailed ourselves yet again.
Back on task, right? So this one is a mystery. We didn't finish the mystery of this one. There's going to be a part 3, isn't there?
Yeah, I kind of like that they're doing a little bit more of an extended mystery. I didn't like the 1 episode one as much as I did the 2 episode starter. This one being 3 episodes actually has been like consistently better. I like that they're doing the whole curse thing in like multiple variations. Some of it was predictable. Like this last episode, what went down, I kind of figured that was going to happen the moment certain characters were introduced. But I am very, very befuddled by where they're going to go in this last episode.
Befuddled. Yeah,
be
I don't know.
killed.
I don't know what's going to happen. But thanks for the raid, Wicked. I appreciate it. Actually, you know what? Because we have a bunch of people in here, I'll do my last 5 gifts that I'm allowed to give.
Hey,
Which means we get some Lucy. God,
Cuba.
fairy tale.
Men
But
of culture on this stream, people.
but Juvia is best girl, and I will die on that hill.
You're going to be dying on a lot of hills with some of these choices.
Well, that's the only one I said I would actually.
Biggles
die
is
on.
out here just returning by death multiple times to die
Yeah,
on all
man.
these hills.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Subaru can't even touch how many times I will die on that hill. So we have Retro Collective getting a gifted membership, Green Hair Anti-Liberal, Lord Botha, Last Toxic Male, and Sassy Witch 22 getting the gifted memberships. But
You only butchered that slightly less than Maza would have.
yeah, 2 did I mess up?
I mean, you missed the anti part. You just said green-haired liberal.
Oh, did I? Well, don't let her know that because I'd be dead. Juvia's not masculine. Tell us more about Lucy. Well, Lucy is a character from Fairy Tale. She is constantly used as the butt of the joke about her being. She's like, I'm a beautiful lady, and then every time she tries to be sexy to seduce someone, she fails miserably, except for in that movie. There you go. That's more about Lucy. I don't know how he thinks everything is masculine. Maybe A. Money Wilson only knows about men who dress like ladies, like Maid Baru from Blue Lock. All right, so back to this. I actually liked that one episode, the one with the twins, because I was able to follow it easily and not have to remember a fact from 3 episodes ago, which I'm going to have to rewatch all the episodes. Yes, Lucy does use keys. Yeah. So back to this. Little Chad, anything you want to say about this?
I mean, it's just kind of like House with a Moe doctor. That's what you're getting. And it lives exactly up to those expectations for me. So it's a good show in that regard.
It's well written mystery. I do like the medical twist to it, and of course, tiny tsundere doctor lady. Also, the I think it would have been episode. Actually, this episode 5. I like that it focused on the sidekick a lot more. It gave him a spotlight, considering he usually just lingers in the background.
I mean, he has a reasonable head. That's why we use the transition. But anything else? Anything else?
Not on this one. I'm good.
All right, another mystery. Apothecary Diaries. Well, it's a romance and a mystery. So this one, what happened in this last episode?
A lot of thinking and a lot of like groundwork, I think, for the next episode.
Yeah. So this one, she's doing a lot of theorizing on stuff.
I feel like they basically fed her all of the clues to solve what's about to happen in the next episode.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, there's some shit going down in the inner palace, and there was poisons and deaths that were swapped. There wasn't a real, or it was an imposter who died. It was a different person. Right? One of the courtesans died, right? And it was a different person than who it was. Like she switched places with the person.
That was last season. It was one of the servants faked her own death because she was basically an insurgent inside the rear.
No, one of them died from poison this season, right?
Oh,
and they said it was.
Okay.
right? Right? Am I wrong?
Last episode, yeah, I don't remember them specifically saying whether anything about them being swapped out. All I remember is they talked pretty heavily about the twins problem of like how could they escape this room if they were constantly being watched. There was the stuff about the mirrors, the moon princess who turned out to be the old lady
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
at the verdigris house,
Yes.
and a lot of setup for like the meeting with the special envoy, and they end with basically making this joke about how they should dress Jean Shi up as a woman.
Yes, yes, I remember that part. Okay, now I remember everything that was going on. So I think what happened was I went back and watched the dub, and then I forgot what happened in the sub. The bitter courtesan died a while ago. They picked a different girl to replace her. Yeah, okay. So I was right about that. But yeah, this is just really good storytelling, good characters. You think there's a spy or something that actually let the cat in, the new girl. Little Chad, you want to talk?
No, Apothecary Diaries is a good show. I think the issue that some people might have with it is there's it's been hyped up, but I think what is it, the barrier of entry, people may not feel like they can just jump in, and I kind of feel like that is true. If you haven't started watching it and it's a great show, you really probably should go back and start all the way at like square one. This isn't just like a hop on, jump in and start going kind of show.
Yeah, and as far as this one goes, I know some like diehard, like I only watch like action-packed battle anime kind of people who really, really liked it, who thought it was really well written.
Well, I was told by Hankley for, was it over a year that I had to watch the show? And or no, it was 9 months. He's been telling me I have to watch this show. You have to watch this show. And I finally watched the show. Like after we went to a con in August. So I watched the whole first season, and now when this one came out, I'm like, I gotta watch it. It's that good. No, there's somewhere you can start in the middle and not lose anything, right? Like, I think if you started Black Clover at like episode 22, you wouldn't really miss much, because the recap of every episode in a world where magic is everything, one boy, so it basically tells you like Black Clover takes a while to get good. You could skip some of Black Clover and then go full send in like around episode 20 and not really miss much. You might not understand why Noel likes Asta so much, but you'll figure it out. It rehashes that a lot. But yeah, there's some animes where it's like skip a couple episodes. You don't need to watch this episode. You can just jump in right here.
And what is interesting is people who don't watch like classic anime where you used to get 26 episode seasons.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot more filler then too. I mean, we're talking like Dragon Ball era, like where you'd have a good amount of filler where you could kind of like, you'd see the guides like watch this episode, skip 4, watch this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Now that anime seasons are only like 10 to 13 episodes, there's a lot less of that problem. It's pretty much more core story the entire time. So but Apothecary Diaries is still like way more involved, and to see the character development, you kind of have to go back from the beginning to to understand where you are jumping in.
Yeah. Now, you can jump in and kind of get a recap in the episode that just happened. Salary Man, Headhunter to Another World, from Salary Man to Big Four.
So this is the exact opposite kind of show. You can get like the in the just in the first like intro sequence, you'll get everything you need to know. Actually, just the title. The title is all you need to know to be able to jump in any episode on this show.
True.
That he is a salaryman who got transported to another world and works for a demon lord. And go. Watch
Yeah.
episode 10, watch episode 3. There you're going to be fine.
So this episode, I don't know if you guys has watched it, because
I mean, I have it on my watch later list, so I haven't been keeping up since episode 2.
well, it's not really a big deal. But he has this job. He's going on his first work thing, and he basically has to go meet the king of the city of gold or whatever the hell they called it. And he offers him silver, and he's like, "Oh no, you're insulting me." But it was just a strategy technique. Gives him an item, and this whole episode is about what happens with the item. Um, and he's like, "You need to make more. Need to make more." And then at the end, I think the other merchant actually made like an inferior version of the product, and he's going to scam the king. And now I think in the next episode they're going to have that guy is going to have to come back to the demon lord and the headhunter. That's what I'm thinking from this. But yeah, this one you could jump in whenever you want. I like the relationship between the two on the screen. Did you just snort laugh?
I forgot my mic was unmuted. I burped.
Oh, okay. I thought you like snort laughed at that, and I was like, was that funny? Like,
No, it wasn't that funny.
Okay. But yeah, like she kidnaps him at the end and like takes him to like a slow roast to like cheer him up. And I was like, what the fuck? Like you try to cheer some up, you kidnap them.
I can see why you're so fond of her. She's got tsundere yandere tendencies going.
Yeah, she might actually kill him at one point.
Careful, your yandere is showing.
I think she's almost killed him twice.
I mean, she did get really mad when he offered her the magic stone,
which is like in her like culture, it's a
proposal. Yeah.
So. He's like, you can't do this somewhere else. But yeah, I like this one. It's not the best anime this season. I know Crimson doesn't like it. Little Chad hasn't really said anything really bad about it.
It's completely innocuous, bland. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's not bad, but it's not good. It has a couple things that are nice. Like I do like the bar sequences. I think they're an interesting kind of change up from what's going on in the show. Otherwise, I actually do like the demon girl's character design. I think it's a little, having the armor piece on the sides gives it a unique kind of, I guess it would say shape, versus some of the other stuff we see. At the same time, there's nothing really going on in it that's groundbreaking, new, different that hooks you. Mm-hmm. The designs there, I mean, the Demon Lord's design reminds me of Ronin Warriors from like with Toppa, the bad guy from Ronin Warriors. It's just there's a lot of stuff you've seen before. I'm like Crimson. I think it'll be better as a binge, maybe especially if it gets a dub, where it's a background show that you can just it's a light focus kind of show.
Yeah, that's why it's in the watch later category for me. Is it's one that I'll probably end up sitting through and just binging if it gets like a dub or something.
So we have a question in the chat. Question to everybody: did you watch Nier Automata? And if, what did you think of it? Anybody watch it?
I did not.
Did you watch it, Little Chad?
No, I haven't. I had it in my list, but I just never got around to it because there was other stuff that I think was better.
All right, so I haven't watched it because I haven't beat the game yet. I got maybe like 4 or 5 hours in, or no, I got like 12 hours in, and I gotta go back and beat it. It's just Unicorn Overlord came out after that, and I just fucking no life that for like 500 hours. So yeah, so I haven't finished that game. I got to go back and beat it. No, I get your point. Why in April the original title was a paragraph long. That was 2010. There's so many that that are there, but yeah, I will end up watching that anime. But one anime that I definitely watch. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. Now, Crimson brought this up earlier, saying how this one does it a lot better.
Yeah, balancing the comedy part with actual like character development and progression. I just put out a video on this one today, actually. With I a little bit ironic there. I wasn't planning that. I mean, I'll stop talking.
It's a good show. I especially like our Gairu friend. She's such a bubbly, nice character design.
Mhm.
I I like that she's finding herself jealous now openly. And
Yeah,
that he knows it too.
yeah, that's one of the things is they've done a really good job of like showing them growing closer, like how he felt a little bit hurt hearing her say that she hated him, and then decided to like put her to the test and like pretend like he was actually going to go out on that date. Like those were all like good moments, and there have been other things throughout there, like when they actually had to sit down to talk about like their boundaries and the rules they wanted to set for their houses. It's not like a lot of things this season, it's not the most amazing thing out there. I would not put this up there with like truly great romance anime like Horimiya, the Love is War, or The Dangers in My Heart. But it is an entertaining show. It is very funny, and at any given moment, Shisei could give you the legendary sword. So
Now, all right, so I do really like this show. It reminds me of it's a slightly lesser version of what I think is the best version of this show's plot, which is more than roommates, married couple. Always trying to remember the full names of these things. More than a married couple, but not lovers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, which that was another one where they, over the course of the show, you saw them having their ups, downs, growing together, getting, close. That one's a little bit, I think a slower burn. I shouldn't say I know that it's a slower burn because, we've had one season of that, and I don't know where they're going to be by the end of this season for getting married to a girl I hate in my class. But it is kind of a similar concept where they're forced to live together as a married couple, and in the process of that, they become close to each other, start growing a bond, but it's a good one.
Just really quick, not to like derail too much, but if anyone actually says Rent a Girlfriend is top tier romance, all I have to say is you're a cuckold.
It's very mean.
You enjoy cuckolding.
There's no romance in it. How can you say it's romance?
You gotta buy it. You gotta buy it. I think he's trolling.
Kazuya gets a boner to the idea of his girl getting banged by another dude. Cuckold material.
I swear he's trolling you right now. Okay.
I don't care. I hate Rent a Girlfriend. I hate it almost as much as I hate Tokyo Revengers.
This is what he thinks of Rent a Girlfriend.
Look at you. Your hair is a mess and full of split ends. And wearing your skirt at that length makes your legs look short and stubby. Your ribbon's all...
That's what Crimson thinks of Rent a Girlfriend.
No, I think Rent a Girlfriend is like the inverse One Piece of the fucking romance genre. It is long with no payoff.
Dun dun dun. I just assumed with Rent a Girlfriend that he was constantly buying hookers.
He'd have spent his money better on hookers than what he does in this show.
So there's that. Rent a Girlfriend is probably also this.
Like hell, we're gonna believe that. A goblin lord? My ass. You're just a damn goblin. Just a disgusting little goblin. And me.
I think that's what Crimson wants to do to that anime, because it's just a filthy fucking goblin.
Yes. Yeah, there are two topics that will set me off on an unhinged rant: Rent a Girlfriend, Tokyo Revengers.
By the way, Goblin Slayer is amazing and my favorite. There is I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate. I really like this anime. It has the fun tsundere antics. It has the hot friend that was like, you should marry, but actually self-sabotages herself by saying that you should get married, not knowing that it is Saito that she's marrying to. We haven't met this pink-haired girl, have we? On the cover in the back, right?
No, I don't think we have.
No.
So we might have another rival enter the stage. We'll see. But Saito seems to be like, I'm all in on this girl. So Saito's actually has fallen for her already. We can tell. And she is like trying to tell herself she doesn't because she is a tsundere. So I like the dynamic with all the characters. We'll see what this pink-haired chick does in later episodes if she's even here. And if she's not here, why the fuck is she on the cover of the first season?
She's a ghost.
I thought season 2 of Goblin Slayer was awesome. And the reason why it's awesome is Goblin Slayer is not about Goblin Slayer. It's about Priestess. The whole thing is about Priestess and how she changes Goblin Slayer. That's what the anime is about.
What about Best Girl Who Lives on the Farm with him?
Oh, Cowgirl. She's good. I like Guild Girl, even though she won't kill me in my sleep.
You know your series is fantastic when nobody has names.
I know, it's so good. And the funny thing is, okay, when you get the TRPG, right, and it has so the TRPG for Goblin Slayer, it has like the book and it tells you exactly how, and you can figure out who is what class based on how they play in the anime, right? Their actual thing for like the built characters, it will be like human scout, Ray, or like Rhea scout, human warrior, and it will like literally just give you random like job positions that they have based on their classes and their races. It's so awesome. Like what is so Greenhorn Rookie. So his name is Greenhorn Rookie, and then it is Club Fighter. And I think he has like one other name. It's the one who walks around with the paladin where they were killing rats and they had to ask Goblin Slayer how to like. He has 3 different names in the thing, and it all changes every time he gets like a new role, or he's more like learned more stuff. Like, it's just fucking great, man. I love it. But no, like season 2. So season 2 of it has to like. It sets up everything else, right? It sets up and it shows her growth, right? I haven't watched Rascal Dream of Bunny Senpai.
Yeah, the only one of those that he's mentioned in there that I have watched is Quintessential Quintuplets.
Have you watched all of those, Little Chad, or any of them?
Let's see. I started doing Rascal Dream, but it was a little too slow. Seventh Time Loop I liked a lot. I thought you would have liked that too. It's a villainous sort of show.
I haven't watched it yet.
Quintuplets. Yeah, I think we've all watched quintuplets.
I haven't watched it yet.
What?
Yeah, I thought that was like another romance, and I didn't watch it because
It,
I didn't.
well, it is, but yeah.
Yeah, you guys are trying to make me watch all the romance,
You mean you've got the quintessential quintuplets, which has 5 of the top tier anime girls that have been in anime.
I'm gonna be honest. You can probably pass on quintessential quintuplets because best girl doesn't win.
Okay.
Who's the best girl?
Miku.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that means we have a fight over best girl. We should we should have like a fight of best girl of the week every.
The harem anime that edges you and makes you think you're actually gonna have a harem ending and it doesn't.
Well, they're sisters. You can't really do it. Well, I know it's anime, but
You could marry all the sisters. They don't have to do anything together.
I was about to say, where's the rule against that, huh?
I mean, does Hikari have a sister in 100 Girlfriend? No.
Okay,
Hopper.
well, let's just point out the fact that there's far more ridiculous stuff in that series, and nobody bats an eye.
Didn't you say there was a grandma mother daughter combo? Didn't you guys? Yeah. See, look.
Well, it's clearly got to be part of the Hawkery family.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You'll probably won't see it until like season 3 or 4, but you'll be surprised, like genuinely surprised if they ever get to that point.
There we go.
Yeah, I honestly didn't care much for quintessential quintuplets. I did like the characters a lot, but as a story, as a romance, I would not say it's something you absolutely have to watch. It's kind of like the middle of the road, if you ask me. It isn't Rent a Girlfriend or A Couple of Cuckoos. It isn't The Dangers of My Heart or Love is War. It's just kind of there. It's one of those like, all right, pick one of these here to watch kind of series.
Do I spoil it for him? With me reading the anime, do I spoil it?
I mean, Trapped in a Dating Sim is awesome.
We all know, dude. I gotta start working on that script for.
Clearly, the only person that he can't be in a harem with is the one that
is his sister.
Sister.
Yeah. He definitely won't have Maria.
But I get the feeling he's gonna. I haven't read the novels on this one because I was really hoping to just get it in anime quickly because it was so popular, but somehow we never get that.
Well, okay, so season 2, I was just like seeing something, and there's a season or unmemories or whatever the fuck it's called. That's going on by that studio, so I think they pushed it back because they have plenty of material for it.
I mean, they've got like 13 light novels.
Yeah, I think the light novels are done.
Actually, yeah, they're on to a spinoff now.
Yeah, so the spinoffs are cool too. I like those. But Trapped in a Dating Sim, Leon's getting it.
Is that your list, Biggles?
What?
Like, have we talked about all the anime on your list? Because there is one thing I do want to touch on, because I'm pretty sure this is one that only I have seen, and I found some very interesting stuff. So, if either of you have heard me talk about Ubel Blit, it's basically like dark fantasy anime that came out this season. The anime is not good. Like, it is terribly hard to follow. And what I found out was they don't even start at the beginning of the manga.
Perfect.
Yeah, it is a butchering about on par with Berserk 2016.
I was about to say, is it Berserk level?
Yes, because they have a volume 0 that starts like with like all the backstory you need to understand everything that's going on, like how Coinzel becomes who he is, like what leads into his mission and his revenge quest, all of that. It gets skipped. Effectively, they have tried to cram about 600 pages worth of storytelling into the first 3 episodes, and that meant they ended up cutting large swaths of the story out of this.
I mean, I know that there's always a compromise when you're doing anime to cut content, but that seems like a little too much.
No, well, like they cut out an entire like preliminary arc that would explain why there are people after him trying to kill him, why he is considered the hero of the Borderlands, and a lot of like other developments and stuff. Plus, it's also heavily censored because you get in the manga, like 2 pages in, there's a there's a some not so nice scenes. Like if you remember Berserk, like with the horse, yeah, there's
Mhm.
something like that.
Ooh.
Um,
Which service is even streaming this? Is this on Crunchyroll? I don't
it's
even.
on Amazon.
That's probably why I haven't even seen anything of it.
Which and it has like failure frame level like fights.
Oh,
Like
I hate failure frame. That show as a concept was so solid, and the animation was so ass.
this is like a similar thing. Like there's a lot of cool like concepts to this, but there's so much cut content and so much like lazy work for animation that it is just a mess. Like like I actually picked up the manga to check it out. It's a genuinely good manga, and I'm not even that far into it. Like I think it's pretty cool, but this anime sucks ass.
I don't even like. I wouldn't even watch like just by looking at it.
I
would
wouldn't
skip it.
blame you. It's really for the people like me who enjoy stuff like Berserk, or Claymore.
I love Claymore. I got the fucking manga in the other room.
Yeah. Well, this is much darker than Claymore, but it's kind of in the same vein of like dark, gritty fantasy. Um, it's just I finally understand why when watching it, I felt like I was just absolutely missing something. Like there was always pieces to it that just didn't quite click up. They were throwing out a bunch of terminology, and like talking about things and stuff that like totally confuse you, and it just didn't work. It's like the curse of like really good dark fantasy series. Like they have a great manga and everything, and then the anime adaptation, because big studios are too afraid to take the risk, they just let a smaller studio that doesn't have the talent or resources to manage it take over, and this is what you get. This is also, from what I understand, the same studio that did the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world.
Which is so good.
Starlight. Is this the right?
It's all right. It's entertaining. I did they also do no, Gohan's did Momentary Lily. Never mind.
Was it Staple Entertainment that took over? Oh, what is this? I don't think it's this company. Isn't this Vermilion Gold or something? Something like that.
Vermiel in Gold.
Yeah, sure. That.
Oh,
What-
they did Tales of Wedding Rings. That explains a lot.
Well, this is one of them. And then this is the other company, Statelight. Was this the original one that did it?
I'm not sure.
Looks like they did some fairy tale.
Yeah, maybe they did some additional work or something on it. But either way, I was reading some of the reviews that are here on my anime list, and they were talking about how the only thing that they did so far, or that one of the studios did so far, that was good was Red Ranger.
I mean, yeah, that definitely doesn't fit with the other ones that they've done.
This one's the Red Ranger one, I think, right?
Yep.
So Statelight. Okay. So that's the one that had fairy tale and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Helsing. They probably did like supplementary work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they probably did some like keyframe animations or something. Their original stuff just hasn't been all that great.
Well, they have a lot of fairy tale on here, actually.
It doesn't surprise me. Did they do the fucking cherry magic too?
Maybe. Let's see.
It's gay anime. I saw it up there.
Is it? No.
Yes.
It's probably your favorite.
No, it's about how a guy your age gets the ability to read minds and finds out that his coworker wants to fuck him.
Didn't they do that in like a Mel Gibson movie or something? Was it Mel Gibson? Who was that person? Wasn't that a Mel Gibson movie? Maybe it's what I don't know. I don't really actually.
What are we talking about?
Well,
Apparently,
he gains the ability to understand.
Oh, what
people.
women want?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that Mel Gibson? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the name. I knew what he was talking about because they recently did like What Men Want or something.
Well, okay, so there's that. Fuck it. But yeah, so that's all the anime we have, and I know you didn't watch Crush at Work, so I don't want to like spoil this episode. But
Just the Japanese man screaming as he runs through the tunnel. Sex.
but no, it was a good episode, but we're not talking about it because it will spoil shit.
I've told you I don't give a shit about spoilers. I'm gonna watch it after this anyway.
Well, there's they go on vacation to his hometown. Then that's all I'll say. I'm not even spoiling. Yeah, you'll see. You'll like it.
I hope so.
Little Chad.
Yes, sir.
You got anything?
On the anime topic or just in life in general, Biggles?
Anything you want, man.
Next time, have 100 girlfriends ready.
I will have 100 girlfriends.
Plus, by the time next time we do this show,
I should be caught up.
No, well, yes.
You say that.
ReZero will be.
I did want to point out about the 100 girlfriends. They actually gave Mado like a somewhat of a background and like explained what happened to her. In the manga, they literally make a joke about how the author wasn't allowed to put her background in the manga because it would have been considered too dark and would have ruined the tone of the manga.
Which was the running. That was such a great joke where they're like, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
And he's like, oh my God, your family, the debt, the mob.
No, Mado literally says, I could give you my backstory, but it would be too dark for this comedy manga. And like, it's fucking great. I love that they kept that joke at least a little bit. So,
yeah, that was such a joke where it just cuts to them all crying after hearing the backstory. And then, of course, like, why did you rescue her? Because she was cute. And so
I would have taken that to my grave.
All right, you guys. Well, we've been going for 2 hours and 2 minutes now. We've gone through all our anime. We will not be here next week because I will be in Florida and I don't want to do a stream from my laptop. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll have Rent a Girlfriend ready. I will be caught up in Rent a Girlfriend.
I will bring a musket and a bayonet.
These two will spoil ReZero for me because I am waiting for the dub. And we'll see what happens after that. But thank you all for being here. Thank you for the Wicked Raid. Thank you to everyone who received the memberships that will actually help the channel because we'll get more emotes and everything. So if you want, go ahead and subscribe. We'll have some videos out while I'm gone talking about stuff we have already talked about on this stream, but it will just be me talking rather than all three of us. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Crimson set, it's just for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in the truck beneath the side of the you there. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete gunseiki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting over shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.